Ladies and gentlemen, I am stoked and excited to reveal the risk analysis. Here we go. How would you like to be, Colin? How would you like to be credited for this? This risk analysis done by Colin here in chat. This project started as a way to push my limits in data collection, analysis, and presentation. I also love maps and geography. I enjoy the game of Risk and the kill Pete strategies on the game. Thank you, sir. Became particularly entranced by the Advanced map and the game modes Pete designed. Both modes are Capital Conquest. To be fair, I did not come up with the meta settings. That was Spud. He went hard. I know. I can't wait to see this. Thank you, TL Kane. 28 months. Thank you, bro. Okay. Meta settings means the number of troops gained from deploying cards grows progressively, and the associated settings. The negotiation game means that the troops deployed from cards are fixed for the whole game, and the associated settings. I handpicked through 413 videos from the meta settings playlist, gathering data on which of the 85 territories Pete captained and where his opponents chose to place their capitals. That is so much work. Oh my God. I handpicked through the 87 videos from the negotiation game, tracking the same data, but also calculating win rate. I thought of this after I finished the meta settings because I wanted an extra challenge for the smaller sets of videos. I logged this data into an Excel sheet, which I used to show the data on various maps in ArcGIS Pro. I hand traced and digitized the Europe map for this project. Bro, let's get into it. Here's the data. Totals: 502 games observed, 2,417 capitals, and of my opponents, and 2,919 capitals total. Here's the maps. Okay, so this is just a visual representation of the Europe Advanced map. We all know it very well. And here's the heat map. Okay, so least chosen capitals: El Oud, Mascara, Krasnodar. Okay. Very interesting, but not surprising to see that pretty much everything in Orient is not heavily capped, whereas the single territories you would expect to see, the 3 entries are. I'm also noticing these 3 territories not heavily capped, right? Sweden is interior to the bonus. Sevastopol, not surprising. Also, the inverse is true for for the noob corner, right? You see an overrepresentation of terrible choices, not just internal to Iceland, but also the Scotland and the Ireland situation, as well as London would make sense in a vacuum to be a heavily picked cap. Other things that don't surprise me is that we see a lot of Vienna and Hungary caps. Yep. Makes sense. Netherlands. Yeah, Netherlands is kind of this sort of sneaky little hidden dead space right in the middle of the board, which I think is super cool. Very cool. So the most chosen caps of all, number 1 most chosen cap is Gascony. Not what I would have expected. I would have expected Vienna would beat it, but okay. I like that. I think what are we, if we were going to pick top 10, it would be what? 1, London is 2, Rabat is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then what? 7, 8, 9, like 10 or 10, something like that. Very cool. This is, I know, I love this. All of my capitals. Okay. So you see a significant difference in the data between everyone's capitals and my capitals. You see, I kind of like the middle. What is rule number 1 for those of you following along is don't cap in corners. So don't cap in corners as a general rule is good for caps because you want your cap to be versatile. You want your cap to be a place where you can hold your troops defensively, but you also want to be able to use your troops to progress the game. I like open capitals. I like aggression. I like using my capital troops to make kills when I can. My most chosen capitals are, to no real surprise, Hungary, Dinarides, and Trieste. 3 adjacent positions. Very interesting. Thank you, Ace. Ace 88 Games for the 9 months. Cheers, man. Thank you so much. I love this. This is so cool. Thank you so much for doing this, Colin. Let me know how I can credit you properly, or any sort of, if you want to shout out, or you want any sort of like link to anything, please. I'm loving this. Thank you so much for doing this. All my opponent's capitals. Okay, so the slight differences. Yeah, we see way heavier. I just want to, I just want to show you guys one significant difference. Let's pay attention to whether or not I cap in the noob corner. You need a video clip of this section. I'm posting this on YouTube, bro. This is going on YouTube. You'll have the whole thing. This is amazing. I love this. I'll put it in the playlist too, so we can get like a bit of a deeper analysis on like 500 games, right? So we have a bit more data now on the settings. I just wanted to juxtapose this image with you. The noob corner, the way I pick it, almost all London or nothing, and the noob corner, the way players pick it, which looks, can I just beep boop, which looks way different, right? We see a lot more heavier occupation in the noob corner. Thank you silently. 10 gifted. You're a gentleman, sir. Thank you very much. 9 months, we now have a baby. What do you want to call it? What do you mean? Just kidding. I'll be there. I'll be there for you silently. Okay, all caps from Progressive. The meta settings. Most chosen cap is Gascony, London, Vienna. This is what I figured. I figured we would start to see Vienna be fairly well represented. All caps from Fixed, different. So the negotiation game exists with no Blizzard. So the negotiation game videos, all caps. We've never seen, this doesn't surprise me, we've never seen a Sevastopol. You wouldn't want to bury your cap in corners, generally, but more extremely in negotiation game. What we actually do see in the negotiation game is we see caps more naturally gravitating to the choke points, right? Trying to guard a piece of the board where it chokes up. This all makes sense, right? Europe Advance connects in this way that you're going to start to see, and then the choke points and the middle, because the middle is a versatile position. And BK, who made this? This is Colin right here in the chat, Linville. Okay, my negotiation game win rates. I win 78.16% of the 87 games I've posted. Interesting. That's a crazy good win rate still, even after I started publishing them. I won from Sardinia. I won 5 games. Yeah, because I learned, you know what's funny is I learned fairly easy on to move east, because what happens with these bonuses in the negotiation game is, even if they get broken, you're still holding a bunch of territory, so you accidentally generate extra troops, and you can use that to kind of be a bit passive if you need to be a bit passive, but generally speaking, I like to be aggressive. Hey, thanks, RJ, for the gifted. Okay, so very interesting that the number one winningest cap in negotiation game, and it's not close, is Istanbul, followed by Prussia, and then a 3-way tie between, what is this? It's like Poland. I don't know the names of these territories, but north of Romania, eastern like Lithuania, and Hungary. I wish I knew the names of the territories, but Lviv. Okay, you definitely do. Amazing. Okay, so is this the end? This is the end of the table. Okay. Do we have questions? Anyone would like to ask a question? Would you like to perhaps give us some feedback on what you discovered from this data? I think it's fucking fascinating. It's very interesting to notice also how I absolutely never chose Iceland once. I heard you insult Portugal cappers. Now I see a Portugal picker. I'm a Portugal picker. I confirmed a lot of the things you say in the video. Oh, that I actually do kind of practice what I preach a bit. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. That my intuition is. I think it's safe to say that if you did an analysis of 500 games here, my intuition has probably improved over time. First of all, right? I've put a lot of reps in. So now I have a much better understanding of these settings, but why did you never cap of basketball? I don't know, Llamas. I guess I wasn't trying to win games. 78.16% wasn't enough. Looks like Istanbul's a trap. You think? I think if I can get Istanbul, so the difference between like all of these Eastern cap choices that were fairly winning, you'll notice I won from every single position in the +8 except for Sevastopol at least once. Whereas if you want to take the East from the Orient position, you want those. High pick rate, lower win rate. Main takeaways: take the East. I kind of got there. I feel like I got there with the with the settings. I was surprised London was so high, but Gaston being king is guessable. I don't like Gascony. And the thing about Gascony that sinks it is these two territories, right? The fact that you almost always have this position, so you have two people going for the lock 2 point or this position internal, right? I will take Gascony, but more often than not, when I do, I regret it because I find someone behind me. And I just don't see it until it's too late or something. Scooter says, I feels like the underrated advantage of the Eastern Caps is they aren't as obvious strategically, so they don't invite challenges from neighbors early, right? You don't want to be in a fight early, and oftentimes you'll see someone in the middle position get too strong and then get teamed on. And it's really tough for players of like even moderate skill to properly address being teamed on in these settings, right? The way I like to play them, you guys well know, I generally like to be an advantage, but I want to be sneakier. I want to be slicker. I want to form relationships with people who are going to allow me to hold my advantage and or work together to beat the guy who, yeah, we will definitely link the spread or the Google Doc. This is fucking sick, man. Thank you so much. Definitely link the Google Doc in the YouTube video if people want to click on it. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you for doing this. Looks like a absolute ton of work, man. Beautiful job. Thank you, Colin. And yeah, please feel free to let me know in any way I can assist you with getting this out or anything else you'd like to promote. Just say so. All right. Lovely work. Hope you all enjoyed.